Hello, this is Walt Smith on BlueMoonRisingTV, back for another week of Walter's Glass Half Full. So without further ado, hey, let's have a look at some of those comments. Ridders, MUFC, second channel. I said Guardiola would get exposed. And guess what? I'm not proven wrong. Me and Imani and Oakley were telling all of you that Pep would get exposed, and none of you believed us. How many times did you have to write that? As a City fan, I almost forgot what it was like losing. To be fair, some of the fans from other clubs, if they're going to write comments like that, well, it should be better because they've had months and months of time to practice before they had to type. The one thing that I absolutely love about Pep and his body of work so far at Manchester City is, well, it's the work rate. He's got those players, well, they're working for the shirt, they're working for each other, and most importantly of all, they're working for us fans. I could just dwell on the one defeat by Tottenham, and fair play to Spurs, they actually deserve their win, but I haven't done this for a while, so I'm going to look at Pep's body of work so far and the impact he's had on Manchester City. Well, my beautiful blue brothers and sisters, there's not a team in the land that would actually swap places with us right now. Hey, top of the league. That's right, top of the league and through to the Champions League group stages, and we've also got a little tie. Next round of the League Cup. We were told by some fans, especially this one, that we were going to get exposed by Stoke away. We were going to get exposed at Old Trafford. And just generally by this league. The reality is City have got off to a flyer under Pep. And this is only his plan A. Now I've got a feeling there's going to be a plan B, plan C, plan D. You get me drift. The other encouraging noises that I've heard from the club since the Spurs defeat are what me all kind of, well, giddy. If players are actually going to be outrun by the opposition, well, they won't be here next year. Tactically, well, you get the impression that we're at the start of a long curve upwards, and after our first defeat in 12 games, this is only just the beginning. And also, if you can see improvements all over the pitch, well, defeats are easier to take, and we've improved a lot since last season. So to sum up, if Pep getting exposed means we're top of the league, I'll have some more of that. Zlatan Ibrahimovic should be actually probably practicing his shooting rather than posting on here, but here's what he had to say. As I previously stated, Sterling only performs against so-called small clubs. What, like Stoke or Watford or Feyenoord maybe? Raheem Sterling, this player's actually been subjected to some vile abuse over the last few months, from opposition fans to some media. He even made it onto the front pages of some bog roll papers. He's answered his critics in, well, the best way possible, scoring goals and assists and great performances for Manchester City. Raheem Sterling already this season, well, he's already scored 5 goals and 5 assists, along with numerous other chances for our club. Blues, it's not even the goals or the assists that gets me really giddy, it's the actual style and nature of his play. That goal against West Ham with the slightest of angles, it had more cheek than, well, Kim Kardashian's backside. That step over against Swansea, where he left the Welsh defender looking like the town drunk, stumbling into the kebab shop after a good skinful. That man of the match performance against Celtic, well, let's be honest, a lot of players would have let their heads drop after a deflected goal. Not our Raheem, he scores a worldie and walks off, well, I believe, the best player on the pitch. The beauty of Raheem Sterling is, us Blues, oh yes, are going to get the best years of Raheem's career. I believe this young lad has all the attributes to take him to the top of his profession. He's only going to get better and better and better. Under Manuel Pellegrini, it almost felt like we bought a Ferrari of a player, but he wasn't shown any interest, and it started to, well, break down and start to splutter. Now that we have a manager in place that's going to rinse every last bit of talent out of Raheem, well, the blue sky's the limit. So far this year, he's actually won the Player of the Month. Maybe, just maybe, that negative attitude amongst the press and media is starting to turn. Chris, NFFC. I don't rate City squad at all. Anyone who thinks they have the best starting 11 in the league is deluded. Now, football's all about opinions, mate, and I think yours is wrong. City, well, as it stands, beginning of October, are already sitting pretty at the top of the league. No team has actually scored more goals than Manchester City in the league. To cap that off, City actually have the best goal difference in the league as well. This is all against the backdrop of a new manager implementing new styles and systems. It's not bad so far. Chris, I'd actually like you to respond and tell us who has got the best squad, considering I must be, well, deluded. I wonder who Chris actually doesn't rate within our starting 11. Possibly David Silva, World Cup winner, 2 Euros on top of that, and over 100 caps for Spain. Maybe it's Sergio Aguero, the deadliest striker that's ever played in the Premier. Possibly, well, Fernandinho, the Brazilian midfielder. who's, well, he's underrated more than any other player I can remember. Maybe it's Kevin De Bruyne, one of the most dangerous attacking midfielders in the world. Possibly John Stones, the best English defender of his generation. Maybe he was talking about Claudio Bravo, the guy who's actually won 2 Copa Americas, well, with Chile, captaining his team to those victories, and was deemed good enough for Barcelona. Well, he may have been talking about Raheem Sterling, the best young English talent of his generation, and who started this season on fire. Chris, please comment in the section below and let me know which club has the best starting 11, because, well, they're sitting below City in the table. Chris, I mean, there's players from other teams that I'd actually like to cherry pick and bring into our squad, but to actually call City fans delusional for trying to say they've got the best starting 11, I'd like to have some of what you're drinking in Nottingham. Well, that about sums up another week of Walter's Glass Half Full. Now, if you're feeling a bit negative or down, hey, what are you waiting for? Leave some comments below. Oh, time for another.